I think the holidays are meant to spend time with family and to build experience, like build memories.
Right.
Just don't stress about it too much.
Yeah. Just remind yourself, right?
Just remind yourself. I know it's hard because
you're gonna have some stress,
you
right?
want it to be perfect.
Yeah,
you want it to be
realistically,
good for your family and friends. Like
of
I
course.
understand that.
Learn how to just let things go a little bit more, kind of go with the flow and really kind of enjoy the holidays for what it is.
Even looking back at one of my favorite holiday memories, there were no gifts, right? My grandpa didn't give us a gift or didn't give me a gift, but the gift was just a memory in itself.
Yeah.
The experience I
time
had,
you
the
guys
time
spent,
I spent, the quality time, and
Right.
and seeing my grandma go on a roller coaster.
That's
it's just like just the
priceless.
Priceless.
Yeah.
And I have photos of her, and I was like, I'm like shocked that she went on a roller coaster. Hi, welcome to the Magnetic Mismatch Show. This is Linda.
This is Will, and we are wearing some pretty cool socks today.
Yeah.
I bet you guys are jealous.
I love colorful socks.
Yeah. What describe to the audience that may not be watching this on YouTube, what kind of socks are you wearing?
So I'm wearing socks by a brand called Happy Socks. And they just make just wild patterns and colors and polka dots. And
we're not sponsored by them.
No, we're not.
You just like their stuff.
Yeah, I just like their stuff.
I am wearing some compression socks today, but some bright pink. Is this hot pink or is this what kind of pink is this?
A flamingo pink.
Flamingo pink.
No, actually, no, it's not. You're right. It's probably like a fuchsia.
Okay. See, this is why I just call it pink, just to keep things simple, because it's like too many shades, a shade of a shade,
Yeah.
And they have names for all of them. But anyways, how's your weekend coming along?
The weekend's been great. I made some pumpkin spice lattes.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did.
You even shot a video with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if people will see it by the time we release this episode, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
If anything. I made the pumpkin spice latte out of a real pumpkin instead of the pumpkin syrup.
What kind of pumpkin did you use?
Sugar pumpkin.
Sugar pumpkin?
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's difference? Like a smaller, sweeter pumpkin than the regular carving pumpkins that you have.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's right here.
Yeah, that's a sugar pumpkin.
Yeah. But cool. Yeah, it's like in October right now, so it's kind of getting closer to the holidays. Are you excited about that?
I think this holiday is interesting. I know they loosened up the rules that we can have small gatherings.
Yeah.
But they recommend it to be outside and, still try to keep a social distance within family.
I don't even know how you're going to do that.
I don't know how that's possible because it's like, oh, can you toss me a chicken or like a turkey?
Wing. Turkey wing.
A turkey drum. Can you toss it to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think for the safety of everyone, I think we might forego having a party this year.
Like in person.
Yeah. We're just talking about maybe just a Zoom call or just trading dishes or not sure yet. Not sure how it's going to work out. It'll be interesting.
Like a group mukbang?
Yeah, maybe. And it's kind of sad because the holidays is really my favorite time of the year.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I love the shopping and the planning and the it's just like the festive mood, right? The decorations and some of my favorite childhood memories it's especially during the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody's just like in a good mood. And everybody's like, I think a little bit more giving during that time, this time of year.
Absolutely.
And you have delicious food, right? And it's cool to see all the decorations and everything as well, especially as we get closer to Christmas,
Yeah.
So, but that kind of leads into our topic, kind of a nice segue. Speaking of the holidays, because as much as like there's some positive stuff in terms of holidays and this time of year, I think it's also a time of year where there could be a lot of stress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So our topic today is how to reduce holiday stress.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially during the holidays, as fun and festive as it is, there's a lot of planning that goes behind a holiday party or a holiday gathering or gift giving.
Mhm.
But I think it's a good thing in the sense where it's stressful is because people care.
Yeah.
They care about their family and friends and loved ones, that they want to make it special for them. But then that also adds stress to yourself.
Yeah. It's like you want things to be perfect, you want everybody to be happy, and so because of that, that can create some stress. You feel some pressure to make sure things go smoothly, and it never does.
It
I mean, just
never
like
does.
life, right? It's
Yeah.
never perfect, but it's cool to see that happening, right? Everybody's putting their best foot forward and just trying to have a good time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think speaking of gifts, and as we kind of head into that time of year, um, I think like we talked about in a previous episode about giving gifts, but that was more specific to like giving gifts to spouses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't listened to that episode, make sure you check that out. And it's a good one. This episode though is more specific to holiday gift giving and also just some of the things that we're dealing with during the holidays as far as stress goes, right? But gifting in itself during the holidays is very stressful.
Yeah.
But you, I would say, are a pretty good like when it comes to this area.
Yeah.
You're like a pro.
Well, a couple years ago, I stopped stressing about what am I going to give that person, like a person or a family or friend, right? I stopped stressing and I started, instead of stressing over gifts for every single person, I started categorizing instead.
Oh, damn.
In a sense where it's like, okay, I know this group of friends love food and wine. I know this group of friends, they love skincare, makeup, etc.
Yeah.
And then this group of friends, they like home goods, right? Okay, so I have those categories and those people I have in mind down.
I bet some people are listening like, oh, that's how she organizes. I wonder where I fall.
Yeah. So then there's a category. And so when I'm shopping, I don't shop for just one person. So as things come up, and keep in mind, sales happen
All the time,
all the time, number one. And number two, it starts to happen probably as early as September. I know, like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I know, like
the big sales you're talking about, not just like Black Friday.
No, I'm talking
like the ones that we all know about.
not like the Black Friday. Those are
ones.
good, but it's a hit and miss sometimes.
Yeah,
and you don't want to just leave it towards just to Black Friday because that's a lot of stress.
Everybody's shopping.
Yeah, and not every category that you're looking for will go on sale. So like in September, I know like Ulta will have 1 day sales for different categories. It changes every single day.
Yeah.
So I'll look through that and see, oh, is there something I can buy 5 of? Because I know, people, yeah, I do that. Like I'll buy like 5 jars of like this moisturizer that I love that went on sale, or or makeup, or well, it's beauty related.
I see.
So I'll buy a bunch of those because I'm like, and I'll buy like universal shades and things that I think certain people in the category would appreciate.
Kind of like timeless pieces, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And then sometimes, for male, I'll make like a bundle of like cool dress socks for them.
Showing off my socks.
No, yours is compression socks, but that's another category. That's my travelers.
Yeah, but I have plenty of those like holiday socks.
Yeah.
Like, very festive.
Yeah, I think socks is a good like stocking stuffer, or you can make it into a gift of its own. Yeah. If you bundle. If you just bundle a lot of things, then it's good as a standalone gift. Yeah, but keep in mind, have a budget, right? Once you hit your budget, you're done. So I have a budget, and to maximize that budget, this is when the sales starts coming in. So I'll wait, and I kind of know, after many years of shopping, what stores go on sale. And
you seem very comfortable with this topic.
yeah, and like in November, Sephora is gonna have their VIB or VIB Rouge sale. So that's another like shopping. And then I know like along the way, like J. Crew will have sales. Where this is when I'll pick up a lot of the male socks because they go on sale for a pretty good deal. And then for my home goods people, then I'll wait for like Black Friday when Williams Sonoma will have sales. And I think what's helpful is if you buy things like sets, like, an olive oil set or something really nice, something that people wouldn't normally buy or splurge for themselves, or like a nice bottle of wine or alcohol or chocolates even. Like Godiva will have like good sales during like Cyber Monday, right? So I'll buy extras of those just in case someone gives you a gift and you didn't have a gift prepared for them.
Okay.
You can pick out a gift from your universal stash where, anyone would appreciate, a nice box of chocolate or a nice bottle of wine or alcohol, and have some extra gift bags too. So you could quickly throw together a gift and you don't have to feel stressed about the fact that you didn't buy them anything.
Yeah, I can definitely vouch for that. Why that's so helpful, because there's been many times throughout the years where either I forgot to get a gift for somebody or it was very last minute, and you're like, don't worry about it, I got this. I'm like, but the event's in like an hour or 2 hours, and you're like, it's okay, I got some stuff. And then you go into like your stash, and I'm like, how do you have this? It's just like, I do this every year. You always have extras.
Yeah, and I buy extra beauty sets too, like extra shampoo sets, and and I can throw a gift together
fairly
fast.
quickly. Yeah. But like you were saying, it's kind of nice because a lot of those gifts are more versatile. So it's not like specific to one person, and then most people like might not like it, right? It's something that you, like you said, in that broad category, if they have an interest in that area, they're probably going to appreciate that gift.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. So it seems like there's a lot of obviously like planning to an extent involved, because you were talking about like giving yourself a budget. Like, is that like a total spend for gifts overall, or are you giving like a budget for each person that you're thinking of giving a gift to? Does that matter?
I don't really do each person because I find that kind of stressful. I just use the entire budget.
Like, I'm gonna spend $300 on gifts, period, for the whole Christmas.
So I'll buy a bunch of as much as I can with that budget, and then I'll have a bunch of stuff in different categories, and then I'll start building gifts for people that way.
Okay.
Well, that's how I do it. I know that's stressful.
That's what works for you, right?
That's what works for me.
Everybody has kind of their own system and all that. But I will say that, you're usually really good in this department. That's why I was like, let's hear from you kind of what you do, right? Like, what's your methodology and all that? Because like for me, I definitely would say that that's not my area of expertise. I'm not the best in that category. And a lot of times, like I was saying earlier, you kind of have to come to the rescue because I have a hard time figuring out like what kind of gift I should get somebody.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even do that? Because like for someone to feel special too, right? Like the gift, for some reason, like I feel like like what people would appreciate, like that's almost like tailored to them, but it's not. It sounds like it's not like really specifically tailored to that person. I feel like you're good at like knowing what that person's interests are or what they like, and then you kind of, I don't know what your magic is with that.
I think, like I said, I just buy gifts from different categories where I know my family and friends like, right? And then whoever that person I'm gifting to, I will pick from that category.
Okay.
So, for example, I know that they're into cooking.
I see.
Right? So I will
So you
probably,
actually have to know a little bit about the person. It can't be a
and I hope
stranger
you do. And I hope you do.
or like an extended family or something,
Yeah.
right? Like
So let's say that person likes cooking.
you got
So
to
I
pay
know,
attention.
oh, I can give them the fancy olive oil and balsamic vinegar set,
Yeah.
right? Or if I know the person is a likes wearing suits with colors,
Right.
I can gift them a bunch of cool looking
Accessories
trouser
or
socks.
yeah.
And then on top of that, I can add like, I don't know, like a bottle of wine or a little box of chocolate, right? And
Yeah.
that makes it a nice little
Okay.
gift.
So you kind of organize it so it's definitely like I feel a little bit better too about like okay, that makes more sense cuz then you don't stress about looking at it each person like you're having to think and try to do research on like each person.
Because it's
That's oh my
hard.
goodness,
Yeah,
that's a
because
lot of like
if
thinking
you're buying things like, like nice clothes for people,
or customized
it's
whatever,
it's
right?
very difficult because you don't know their size or if it'll fit. And then
Mhm.
if you give it to them, the receipt expiration date might pass. So I like gifts that are kind of versatile, like you said.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna do clothes, I would do more like maybe like t-shirts or where it's a little bit more forgiving. It doesn't have to be exact, and if they don't like it, they could wear it as
Hmm.
PJs.
Nice.
But at the end of the day, what you have to realize is that it's the thought that counts.
Right.
The fact that you remembered about them and
Or
you're
you thought of them, right? Like during that
yeah,
time of year.
yeah. And I think that's what makes it special. And I think stop stressing over, oh, is my gift good enough? Like I know back then I used to stress about that, or oh no, they
Is
bought
it
me.
did I spend enough
Yeah, did
too,
I spend
right?
enough? Or I used to feel bad, like oh no, they spent so much. I mean, I didn't spend that much, as much.
Right.
But I think it's give within your own
Means,
means,
yeah. Mhm.
and don't stress over if they have more and they choose to give more. Then it's because they can and they want to, right?
Yeah.
Don't feel stressed about that.
So it sounds like your advice when it comes to this arena, like with gifting during the holidays, is to kind of start that process as early as September, right? To start looking out for deals,
Mm-hmm.
shopping around, kind of having a list, right, of people, and then kind of separating those people. Well, so knowing exactly how many people and who you want to give gifts to in the first place,
Exactly.
right? And then taking that list of people and then separating them into categories based on like interest or what kind of broad category of stuff they might like.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of how you help yourself with the shopping part. Yes.
Yes.
And then and then you also have like a total budget that you want to spend for the holidays on gifts for people. And that's it, right? There's no,
Yeah.
you don't want to go
I stop.
because I know it's very easy when you don't have a number,
Yeah.
right? You can just kind of like, because you want to do something nice. It's like I said, especially during this time of year, right? And you might overspend without
But I
even
don't want to
realizing it.
stress about it after the holidays.
That's what it is, right? You might not stress during the time of the holiday,
Yeah.
like when you give those nice gifts, it feels good, right?
Yeah.
People light up and, you know.
And don't feel guilty if you're not buying gifts for everybody.
Right. I think that's the part I had the hardest time with, at one point because we used to try to buy gifts for everybody.
Yeah. I think, sometimes a nice phone call
forget it,
means
it's
more than enough.
Yeah.
A nice phone call, wishing them a happy holidays, or even just like a nice card.
Mm-hmm.
That means, the world to people. And then like I said, also buy extra gifts just in case someone surprises you with a gift,
right?
And you want to give something back.
Yeah. And then I think kind of what you're saying too is because I've never seen you wait till the last minute with this stuff.
No.
Because I definitely have done that a couple of times. And it is very stressful. Whether like I've gone to the mall during like the Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve. and it is like a nightmare. Just the level of stress goes through the roof, and usually the stuff that's left there, like left over,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not the
not great.
best, right?
No.
And everything's kind of like thrown everywhere. It's freaking chaotic. So it's not something
Yeah.
I would recommend.
I like buying everything online.
And nowadays we have that, right? So it's kind of like it takes a lot of that off the plate, which is great.
Yeah.
And like sites like Amazon, they deliver within what, 2 days? Is that right?
1 to 2 days.
1 to 2 days. That's amazing. So take advantage of that too. I guess you can kind of get away with it a little bit more now, but still, just get it done.
But here's a trick. Worst case, right? Worst case, if you don't have
what do you do if you're like, for whatever situation, like
you don't have a gift.
You don't have a gift and you found out, oh man, we just got invited to this last minute event, or oh crap, I forgot about this person. What do you do?
In that case, I would not go to the mall because usually it's very packed. I would hit up the supermarket, and I would throw
the supermarket. Really?
Yeah, if you think about it, the supermarket has wine, it has nice alcohols, they have chocolates, and they have desserts. You can put together a basket very fast. Or like some cheese and cheese crackers and a bottle of wine, and you have yourself a gift.
That's very true.
Yeah. Or you could, if they don't drink
like
alcohol,
a nice gift basket.
Let's say if they don't, for some reason drink alcohol, then you can give them chocolates. They have like Godiva at a lot of supermarkets or even drugstores.
Yeah.
And you can put together like seasonal cookies.
I've seen like popcorn.
Candies.
Right?
Yeah, popcorn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then you can put it all in a big gift bag.
Or a bag.
Yeah, or like a nice gift bag, and then maybe some like
so is that tissue paper?
Tissue paper on top, and you have yourself a little gift.
Done. Check.
Yeah. So worst case, if you don't have a gift and you don't feel like dealing with going to the mall, then I would go to a supermarket or a drugstore.
Yeah. Nice. That's like kind of like worst case scenario, very last minute. And SOS.
I know there's markets that delivers too, like local markets. So you can check that too. Sometimes they do like 2-hour deliveries. They have like 2-hour windows. And if it's not too late, then you can have it delivered to your house.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. I think those are pretty helpful tips. Kind of help some people out there, I'm sure.
Thanks.
Relieve some of that stress. Yeah.
And worst case, just give them a gift card to...
Ooh, really? You think that flies with a lot of people?
I mean, I don't mind gift cards.
Yeah, it's like cash, right?
Yeah, it's like cash.
I think most people would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Maybe not your spouse. I don't know. You think so?
I mean, I don't mind.
Depends on your spouse.
It depends, I guess.
I forget if we talked about that in that episode on gifting to spouses.
Yeah,
but.
I mean, I don't mind a gift card.
Okay.
But I guess
it's to each their own. You got to know your spouse.
You got to know the person.
Right. Yeah. But like you were saying earlier, I think it's really about the thought, just the fact that you thought of that person enough and you made an effort to try to, get them something, right?
Yeah, because people understand the holiday is hectic.
It's just
they're dealing with
so much going
they're
on.
dealing with it themselves.
Yeah. On top of like gifting, kind of segueing into the other part of the holidays is a big part of it is the event planning aspect, right?
That's if you're throwing a party.
If you're throwing a party, or even if you're attending,
true.
A party or an event, right? A gathering.
That's true.
I think there's a lot of stress around that as well. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Maybe if you're the planner.
Like you're hosting. Let's say we're doing Thanksgiving at our house, right? For your family and some friends.
I don't know if family and friends want me to bake their turkey. That'll be an interesting sight, but okay.
So we'll have takeout ready just in case. No, I'm just kidding.
So let's say I'm hosting Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or Christmas, because I celebrate Christmas. As a host...
let's say you do potluck, right? to make things easier. Let's
Okay.
say it's our first event and we kind of want to get some friends together, we want to get some family together,
And
but
we're doing a potluck?
we
Okay.
also think that, oh man, like, you know, trying to do all the dishes on your own might be a tall order. I don't know. Maybe let's say that you want to, we figured a potluck might make more sense.
And potlucks are
It's
nice.
really fun too. You
Yeah,
know, I
it's
like
really nice,
potlucks.
and
Yeah.
we get to try different dishes from our family and friends.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So let's say if we're doing a potluck, I would advise people to have a list, a live list where people are writing down what they're bringing, right? And as a responsibility of the host, I think you should check the list and see where you have to fill in the gaps.
Hmm.
So let's say most of your friends are bringing sides. Great. Don't worry about the sides because most of your family and friends decides to pick the sides and drinks. So you need to make sure that there's enough of the main course.
Yeah.
So just focus on the main course and maybe like the desserts if no one signed up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think most potlucks, if you're the hosting, you're probably letting people know, hey, we've got the turkey, we'll take care of that, and we'll take care of the ham as well, right?
Yeah.
And then people can kind of work around that. But no, I get what you're saying. Maybe
But I don't know. You might have a chef in your friends, and they might be
that's
the one
true.
bringing the
Maybe
turkey.
they volunteer, right?
Yeah, and
Maybe
maybe they want to bring the turkey, so you're gonna focus on the other areas that people didn't
yeah,
sign up
I guess
for.
that could be the case for sure.
Or
Yeah,
I'm hoping
right.
my
Yeah, you're telling me, wink, wink to our chef friends,
wink
the
wink.
friends that can cook well. Yeah, no, that's true. And so you're saying you're only providing the space and you're gathering the people, and
That's
it's
not
up for
true.
grabs. Whatever the menu is, people can bring whatever they want.
But you
no,
have
you're
to
right.
you have to check the list though.
Yeah.
So if someone is nice enough to bring the turkey, then make sure maybe you could offer to pay for the turkey.
Yeah, because it is a lot of stress. Like, I mean, if you throw a party, if you do an event, I mean, or whatever, like some sort of gathering, and you're kind of in charge of it, it can be very stressful because like trying to get together a group of people in the first place is already difficult, right?
And especially the holidays.
Yeah, like coordinating the time, right? Because everybody's going to be busy during the holidays. You're going to have people with multiple events, right? Even the week before or after the holiday or in between, whatever, right? And so trying to find a date that works for 20 people.
It's hard.
Or more, right? It's difficult.
Yeah, I think if you're planning on hosting a party, to send out the invitations early. So that way people can kind of maybe clear their schedule, or if they can't, at least you'll know ahead of time.
Right.
And it's not like a scramble for everybody.
Yeah, and I would say it always helps to do RSVP. Don't make it so loosey-goosey where it's kind of like, oh, we'll just kind of figure it out, or whoever can make it makes it, because it's hard to host an event because you don't know how much food to supply, right? Especially if you're, say, not in the potluck situation, but like you're actually going to be buying all the food and prepping
or
and catering, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have to know how many people to expect, right?
Yeah. And I feel like it goes the other way around too. If you could get an invitation during the holidays, please make sure to RSVP or respond
as soon as you can.
As soon as you can, so that way it eases up the stress in the host, or they know what to expect.
Right. Yeah, I don't think people get offended if, let's say, for whatever reason, you can't really make the event, because people will probably have a lot, right? You might get invited to multiple events, and you're not going to be able to attend every single one because some of them might conflict with each other, right? And being able to say no is part of being an adult, but also, I think you could do it in a tasteful way and a respectful way, right? There's an etiquette to that as well.
Yeah, I feel like if someone is nice enough to invite you to a holiday party that they're hosting, and let's say you can't attend, I think it's not a nice gesture to send them a thank you or a holiday card with a small gift, like a box of chocolate or a bottle of wine, or even stop by for like 10-15 minutes just to drop it off and see them.
Yeah. Hey, I can't be here for the dinner.
Yeah.
But We wanted to stop by just to say hi and, drop off some chocolates or whatever it is.
Yeah, just like a small gift
Yeah.
as a gesture of saying thank you.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. But yeah, I mean, I think that can help ease things as well. It's really just like gifting, right? Where you're organized and you're kind of doing things in advance.
Yeah. And people understand that you're not everyone they've invited to the party will be able to make it.
Right. Yeah, and that kind of goes along in terms of like these events and things like that. Really figuring out how you want to allocate your time, right, during the holidays, because there is a limited in terms of windows or opportunities, perhaps, right? Like you can't participate in every single event on the day of Christmas or on the day of New Year's or on the day of Thanksgiving. But you might have windows before, right, that you can spend some time with other people, like friends or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea to allocate, right, and budget your time too.
Yeah. And let's say if you choose to go to more than one party just to maximize that day, like let's say Christmas Day.
First of all, you're crazy. You're a madman.
I mean, we've done it.
That's why I'm saying that. It's like, it's hard. I'm not saying like judging anybody for doing it. I'm just like, kudos to you, but that is difficult.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Didn't we go to like 3 parties in 1 year or something?
Yeah. But sorry, you were saying, so like.
Yeah. So what we did was that we let the hosts, each of the hosts know that, listen, we're only going to be there this block of time. Right. We apologize ahead of time. That we can only spend, let's say, the first third of the day with you. We're gonna have maybe the brunch, and then we're gonna jump to lunch with somebody else with family, and then we're gonna jump to dinner with another family.
Yeah,
and make sure you let the host know so that way they don't prep food for you. For all the meals.
Right.
I think that's nice, and just budget your time.
Yeah, because I think you just have to realize like you're not going to be able, as much as you want to, it's just not realistic, right? And I don't think people are going to hold it against you.
No,
they're not going to get mad at you like you can't make their event. And here's the thing, maybe if you can't participate in their event this year, you can rotate and make it more of an effort for the following year to attend that event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way you don't, somebody doesn't stop inviting you to their stuff either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think if you're in a relationship with someone, it's important to really discuss, like, it gets hard during the holidays because we want to attend everything. But let's say your significant other is very big on Christmas, but not so big on Thanksgiving. So maybe that's like a trade-off, right?
Right.
You go to I'll go to your Thanksgiving and then you come to my Christmas.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's compromise. Yeah.
It's compromise.
Right. And I think with all of this, because the holidays can be stressful, you have to remember at the end of the day, the holidays are meant for joy, right? Mm-hmm. It's meant to be festive. It's meant to be a lot of fun, and it's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
It should be a time where you get to relax a little bit and don't overly stress. I know it's kind of easier said than done, because we've been there, but I think we've done a pretty good job over the years to learn how to just let things go a little bit more, kind of go with the flow and really kind of enjoy the holidays for what it is. It's family. It's spending time with people that you love and that you care about, right? Friends and just being there or being with the people that you care about already is enough, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I said, some of my favorite memories is during the holidays.
Yeah. Can you think of one that kind of jumps to your mind specifically?
You know what?
It always kind of brings a smile maybe when you think of the holidays.
Yeah. I think I've only spent the holiday, like Christmas, especially. When I say the holiday, I meant like, for me, it's Christmas.
It's big for your family.
Yeah,
right?
For my family, Christmas it's huge.
That's the day. That's the holiday.
The holiday, right? The holiday. It's the midnight mass, the Christmas tree, the outside decoration. Do
you guys do caroling, or is that?
No, we don't do caroling. No,
Boo.
no. But so there's this one Christmas where my mom and we actually spent it in Florida where my grandpa lived at the time. And so that was the first Christmas I traveled away for the holiday. I was about like 13, 14. And I just remember my grandpa, who is a chef. So yes, I would prefer them to cook.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah. So my grandpa's a chef, and he made a full on Christmas
Yeah.
dinner for us when we arrived, with like all of the family members. Like my aunts were there. He had some of my grandpa's friends. Like we had a grand old time.
Yeah, you guys had a full course like
A
meal,
feast.
Yeah, gourmet meal, because he was a gourmet chef at a pretty big like hotel chain. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was more like so
like the head
farm.
chef or something?
Yeah, and he was like more into like the farm to table.
I see.
So his house, he actually has a farm, like a small little farm, and where he gardens and experiments. He has like a external kitchen too from the house.
Yeah.
So that's where he does all of the experimenting. So yeah, it was like gourmet, delicious, amazing. That's all. And like so much food was, but it was so good.
Yeah.
So I always remembered that day. And then he carved some of the meat that he made for the Christmas
Like
dinner
duck and stuff, or
yeah,
pork?
I don't know. I don't remember. Duck, chicken. He made like everything. Beef, like you think of, he probably made it. So I just remember him packing up some of the meat, making it into like little gourmet sandwiches for us. And he took us to Disney World the following day.
Nice.
We went to Disney
How old
World.
are you guys?
I told you, like 13, 14.
13, 14. Okay.
Yeah. So then we went to, we went there. We stayed a night. And then the following day we were at Disney World, because it's like a 6 to 8 hour drive still from where he was at.
Yeah.
So we drove there, and then he packed lunch. And I could just remember going to Epcot Center. And after we had lunch, we went to like a little like French bakery there, and we had French pastries. It was so much fun. And then after that, the following day, we went to Universal Studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, and as a teenager, that must have been awesome.
Yeah, that was such an experience.
He really took care of you guys when you went out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every day is a gourmet meal.
Yeah.
He would never make us eat leftover. It doesn't matter. Even if there were leftover, he would still make us a fresh meal.
Yeah. He probably saved the leftovers for himself, like later when you guys left.
He has an external freezer. Yeah. So he would just put in the freezer, and then he would make us a fresh meal. Good or things or stuff he was experimenting with, you know.
Yeah, I could see why that's a fond memory of yours.
It was always an adventure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
and that's the beautiful thing about the holidays, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think any parting words with this topic? Anything else you want to add?
I think the holidays are meant to spend time with family and to build build memories.
Right.
Just don't stress about it too much.
Yeah, just remind yourself, right?
Just remind yourself. I know it's hard because
you're going to have some stress,
you
right?
want it to be perfect.
Yeah,
you want it to be good for your family and friends. Like, I understand that. But yeah, like even looking back at one of my favorite holiday memories, there were no gifts, right? My grandpa didn't give us a gift, or didn't give me a gift, but the gift was just the memory in itself.
Yeah.
The experience I had, the time I spent, the quality time, and seeing my grandma go on a roller coaster.
That's
it's just like just the
priceless.
Priceless. Yeah. And I have photos of her, and I'm like shocked that she went on a roller coaster because she was so excited that we were there, that she's like, I'm getting on it with you guys. right? And it's just like those memories, like you can't take back, or
Right. You can't buy that.
buy that or replicate that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. So, yeah, I think that's it for us. We're going to wrap this episode up. And so, if you enjoyed this episode, please do make sure to subscribe, follow us on our Instagram at Magnetic Mismatch. That's the same handle for our YouTube channel. And of course, as always, we are on Apple Podcasts, and also other platforms, including Amazon Music. I'm still trying to get used to that.
You can ask Alexa to play us now.
Play the Magnetic Mismatch podcast. Just tell Alexa, and she'll go ahead and take care of you. She'll hook you up. But in addition to that, we do release.
We release a new episode every Thursday. So make sure to tune in, and also make sure to share our content with your family and friends.
Yep. So until the next time, we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.